Premium quality football shirts at an extremely affordable price. Sound good? If so, check out the sponsor of today's video, jerseyfifa.com. You can see that I've sent you some shirts and they really are top quality, so make sure to click the link in the description to go find a shirt for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else. And you can now use code jerseyfifa at checkout for 10% off your order. That's code jerseyfifa at checkout for 10% off your order. I really do recommend their product, so go take a look. Now let's get into the analysis. So in my opinion, one of the most interesting recent transfers is the transfer of Koulibaly from Napoli to Chelsea. Now at 31 years old, it does feel as though this signing has happened a few years too late. However, he still has a lot to offer. So obviously that's what we're going to be discussing today. I want to take a look at some of Koulibaly's strengths as a player, some of his weaknesses as well, and then after that I'll kind of talk about how he could fit in at Chelsea. But first let's start off by talking about some of his strengths as a footballer. So for me personally, one of my favourite things about Koulibaly is his calmness on the ball, and even when he is put under intense pressure in his own half, he still keeps his composure, before showing excellent technical ability to carry the ball through the press and into the middle third. Now this is actually something that Koulibaly struggled with earlier in his career, as he made far too many mistakes. However, when Sarri came in at Napoli, he helped Koulibaly to develop into the incredible ball-playing defender he is today. This is clearly something that Tuchel will want to take advantage of next season and beyond. Tuchel always demands that his team are brave on the ball and comfortable in tight situations, and we've already seen that Koulibaly ticks that box. On top of this, Koulibaly brings passing ability as well. When needed, he is able to keep things simple to maintain possession for his side. However, when he wants to, he is also more than capable of being more progressive with his passing. In this sense, Koulibaly is excellent at playing the ball through the lines, regularly allowing him to take multiple opposition players out of the game with one straight pass that cuts through half the team, and this really is a trait that is becoming more and more valuable in modern day football. If Koulibaly continues to do this with Chelsea, then it could be brilliant news for someone like Mason Mount. Mason Mount loves to drop into little pockets of space, and Koulibaly could be the perfect player to find him with these incisive forward passes through the lines. As well as these passes through the lines, Koulibaly is also very impressive with his longer passing as well, and if he is given a little bit of time in his own half, then he is more than capable of switching the play from side to side with his brilliant long passing range. Again, this could be perfectly suited to Chelsea's system, especially if they continue with a wing-back system, where James and Chilwell push high and wide, meaning that Koulibaly would really be able to ping long passes to these wide areas. Right now, Koulibaly's long passing ability is up there with the very best centre-backs in the world. We've seen Van Dijk doing it well over the last few seasons, but there is an argument to be made that Koulibaly does it even better, and if he isn't better, then it is certainly close. His passing ability is truly magnificent. We're now starting to get the idea that Koulibaly is good on the ball, but he actually takes this even further than just his passing, because he also has incredible dribbling ability as well, once again allowing him to progress the ball through the thirds. The good thing about Koulibaly is that again he doesn't really need to be given space to do this. He is more than capable of taking the ball in slightly tighter situations, but he still shows his quality, often showing brilliant quick feet to take the ball past his opponent, and once again this is a brilliant method of ball progression. Now this is something that Chelsea had to an extent last season with Rudiger, who was regularly given the freedom to step forward. However, in my opinion, I would say that Koulibaly is even better at ball carrying and dribbling than what Rudiger was. Again, this is obviously good news for Tuchel because it means that he is upgrading his defence on the ball, and this is particularly important if he continues with a back three, but Koulibaly would be given this licence to carry the ball forward. If this is the case and Tuchel decides to use Koulibaly in a back three, then Koulibaly would bring incredible ball progressing ability to this team, and what's most impressive is that he is able to do it in so many different ways. He is great on the ball. On top of all of this, Koulibaly also carries a constant attacking threat as well, thanks to his brilliant ability in the air, making him a massive threat from set pieces, and last season he actually chipped in with some really important goals. Making the move to Chelsea I think will suit Koulibaly, bringing an even greater set piece threat, and we'll see him getting more goals, because we know that Chelsea really put a great focus on set pieces, so it's something to watch this season. If this is something that plays out over the course of the season, then these set pieces could be vital, especially in the tighter games. Sometimes you have to win without playing well, and set pieces are arguably the perfect way to do just that. For all of the reasons that I have listed so far, I personally think that Koulibaly will be a brilliant signing for Chelsea, thanks to how much he has to offer on the ball, and he seems like a pretty natural tactical fit in Thomas Tuchel's system. Now, whilst all of that is important, at the end of the day, Koulibaly is a centre-back, so ultimately he will be judged for what he does from a defensive point of view, but fear not Chelsea fans, he more than excels in this area as well. So what we're going to do is look at a few of the different ways that he looks to defend, and what a few of his strengths are. And the first thing that I want to say is that Koulibaly is a brilliant front foot defender who looks to get in the opponent's face nice and early. This can be seen when we look at his FB ref report. Now you might think that the 58th percentile for pressures is low, but it's important to remember that he plays in a dominant team, so his defensive numbers are naturally lower, so this is impressive. Now once again, this desire to play on the front foot could be perfect for Koulibaly to play on either side of the back three, where the extra covering centre back means that he would be given the licence to play nice and aggressively, really suiting his strengths as a player. Now on top of that front foot ability, what impresses me the most about Koulibaly is that he is more than capable of going the other way as well, and that's quite rare, but as well as front foot defending, he is also elite at covering. Now Koulibaly's covering abilities are helped by two natural physical strengths of his, which are his power and speed, the perfect combo, which allows him to track his man before then muscling the player off the ball with a strong firm tackle. The benefit of this is that more often than not Koulibaly is able to stay on his feet, as he just leans into his opponent to shove them off balance, and that's the sign of a very good defender if you don't even have to commit to the tackle to win the ball back, and it highlights his all round brilliant defensive ball winning ability. Now as I was saying slightly earlier, Koulibaly is certainly more than helped in this department by his natural pace, and we've even seen him keeping up with the likes of Mbappe and Salah, showing how impressive his recovery pace really is. Now once again, if we now try to put this into the Chelsea system, then Koulibaly's recovery pace is going to allow Chelsea to play a higher line, meaning that the whole team can squeeze high up the pitch with Koulibaly able to cover them. Now this is something that Chelsea haven't really had. Thiago Silva is a brilliant defender, but he doesn't really offer any recovery pace, so once again Koulibaly looks like a big upgrade on Chelsea's current defensive options with his pace. Now to try and apply some context as to how big an upgrade I think this is, I personally see Koulibaly at a level somewhere between Konate and Van Dijk at Liverpool, and he certainly has all of the physical attributes to back that up. I think perhaps the most important thing will be his pure power. For a few years now we've seen strikers give up before they even start up against Van Dijk, and I've got a feeling that Koulibaly could have a similar sort of effect at Chelsea next season. Now this is something that could be more important than ever. This summer we've seen big powerful strikers like Haaland and Núñez come into the league, so the size and power of Koulibaly really couldn't have come at a better time for Chelsea. For all of these reasons I've been discussing, I personally think that Chelsea are getting themselves an incredible defender. He's tall, he's strong, he's powerful, he's great in the air, and also has incredible recovery pace. He pretty much has everything. Because of that, I think this is an incredible signing. Yes, it probably would have been ideal if he signed a few years ago, but he still has so much that he can bring to this team, and for me, I think he will drastically improve this Chelsea defence. Importantly, on top of everything else, Koulibaly also brings good defensive versatility as well, meaning that he is more than capable of coming into this team and playing on the right hand side of Thomas Tuchel's back three system if he needs to. However, I've personally got a feeling that we could see a switch to a back four. It has always been Tuchel's preferred system, and again Koulibaly is more than capable and actually more comfortable playing on the left of a centre back pairing. Now for all of these positives, Koulibaly obviously isn't perfect and does make errors, and I know that everyone has been talking about a certain performance against Liverpool and Mo Salah, but personally if I was a Chelsea fan then I really wouldn't be too worried. The main reason I wouldn't be too worried is simply because I think Koulibaly is a brilliant defender, and I think he will be able to improve this Chelsea team in so many different ways, thanks to what he can do both in and out of possession of the football. And now to complete the perfect duo, I personally think Chelsea should go all out to bring Koundé into the club, but that's perhaps a conversation for another day. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of Koulibaly, and would you like to see Koundé next? Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.